Military honors and awards are an integral part of modern military tradition. How important these are for soldiers is best summed by Napoleon when he said, "A soldier will fight long and hard for a bit of colored ribbon." Now, since our channel focuses on Indian history, one can ask whether in ancient Indian history we have examples of military honors and awards. In this video, we will try to find out whether these types of example exist in ancient India or not. If we start from the Vedic period, the system of award and honor was quite simple. A person or a soldier who had performed a great feat was given a significant share of the war booty. Apart from this, we do not hear of any other system or any other type of awards. With the emergence of great monarchies, we see that the tradition of giving military honors and awards became complex. The best example of this is in Kautilya's Arthashastra. Kautilya first recommends that we should give monetary rewards for heroic deeds. Kautilya writes, and I quote, 100,000 for slaying the king, the enemy, 50,000 for slaying the commander-in-chief and the heir apparent, 10,000 for slaying the chief of the brave, 5,000 for destruction of an elephant or a chariot. The list goes on and on. Now, I will not quote the entire paragraph, but you get the point. Depending upon the heroic deed, the monetary reward also changes. But it did not stop with the monetary reward. In Arthashastra, we have reference to villages that did not have to pay land revenue owing to their military contribution. Thus, during the time of Kautilya, we see that distinguished military service were rewarded with a land grant and a tax relief. Apart from this, if a soldier performed a heroic deed during the battle, he was also monetarily rewarded. The practice of giving land grants to distinguished military personals continued in later times also. Sometimes these land grants were made to individuals before the battle. The aim was to win over the loyalty of the warrior. The warrior who had been granted this land grant had special titles, one of which was Chaturashika. Chaturashika meant holder of 84 villages. Later, this title became Chaurasiya, and with this change, the meaning also changed. Now, it was used for a distinguished person of the state. But in ancient India, military awards and honors were not restricted to giving money or land. In the 6th century text Brihat Samhita, which was written by Varahamir, we have a reference to something called Prasad Patta. Prasad Patta was a band of sorts that was given by the king to his subjects. In one of the Ajanta paintings, we have the depiction of what a Prasad Patta would have looked like. Here you can see some of the soldiers are wearing a plain inch-broad strap on the head. This band was most likely the Prasad Patta of Brihat Samhita. Now, there are some references to suggest that sometimes this band was made up of gold. In the 7th century text Harshcharit, we do not have the reference of Prasad Patta. But there is something similar which is called Chira. By the 8th century, based on multiple sources, it is quite likely that military feudal lords or samantas had also started wearing this band. We can say that this was some type of a military honor because in almost all of the reference that we have, it is the king's soldiers or his guards that are depicted or described wearing these bands. Even in medieval period, this tradition lingered. Apart from this, granting titles was also a way to honor great warriors. If we are talking about northern India, we find that in ancient texts, one title which appears quite often is Panch Mahashabd. As you can all guess, this means having 5 titles which has the prefix Maha. Now, what these 5 titles are, these changes with sources. For example, if we are talking about inscriptional sources, we find that these are the 5 titles that constitute Panch Mahashabda. Maharaja, Mahasamant, Mahapratihara, Mahadandanayak, Mahakarta Kritika. But if we look at the 12th century Kashmiri text Raj Tarangani, here these titles are quite different. महाप्रतिहार पिड़ा, महासंधि विग्रह, महाश्वशाला, महाभांडागार, महासाधन भाग. If we are talking about southern India, we have the example from the Cholas. The Cholas awarded the title of Enadi to distinguished warriors. The Chalukyas, on the other hand, had the title of Rajya Samudharanam, which means supporter of the king. Apart from this, there were also common titles that were used for distinguished military warriors like Aparajita, Vikramank, Simhavikram, etc. Now, if you want to know more about ancient Indian military tradition, do watch this playlist where I have covered different aspects of this topic. If you liked this channel, do subscribe. Thank you for watching.